Hi, John Marshall, the DrillMaster. I have a unique performance. This is an armed exhibition performance, but it's also an unarmed exhibition performance. It's called a hybrid. Hybrid drill is armed and unarmed, pulled together, performing at the same time. And I think it is a great development in military exhibition drill. Honestly, I think this is wonderful. Now, this is not really for services, active duty, guard, reserve. This really doesn't fit into that paradigm. It fits extremely well into independent and also high school scholastic drill. Even at the college level, scholastic, all levels. I really do think that this is something that honestly needs to be explored to its utmost, and I'm thrilled to be able to do this. So this is College Park High School. This is in the school is in the Woodlands, Texas, and as a matter of fact, I taught the Woodlands Fire Department honor guard. It was pretty neat being in the Woodlands. Actually, it's kind of a planned community type thing. All right, so let's get into this. Let's get into this performance, and I'll give you a critique. So you can see the team getting ready. But some of the team are at sling, and then they bring the rifle off for a couple of movements. Already we have... This is totally different. Nicely done. That is a great entrance. Now what really is intriguing is that, wow, there's a difference here. What is this? This brings the audience's attention in here. So you can see commander placement at the corner to report in. This is what you want to do. And I'm going to pause it. I'll try not to pause a lot throughout this performance. So many teams come out and they don't plan at all for a report in. They put the commander somewhere, and the commander either has to report from within the block or within the formation, and I mean inside. Yes, she's reporting from in the formation. However, she's at the front corner, and so she's out in the open. Everything is clear. The clear field of vision, not only for the judge but also for the audience. And then other teams will take the commander and have him or her kind of fall out and, front and center type of reporting situation, and it just kills the effectiveness of the performance at that point. Now, sure, you can rebuild after that, but why kill it in the first place? So this well planned, great start here. I appreciate okay, so I'm gonna continue to pause here. So look at the left arms. Look at the left arms here. This is really good planning. Oh, okay, we have the standard present arms. Marine Corps J. Rotzi got the flared hands, got the left wrapped around, but the salute from order is great. It's a similarity and yet different here. Now, rifle placement is an issue, and it's just a slight issue. Yep, you can see right there, just a slight issue, but it still has a slight effect on the effectiveness of the communication. So the loose slings, don't know, but I understand why they're loose. And so for those of you wondering, that's unsling arms. For those in color guard who are calling unsling arms and then the rifles are brought off and the slings are tightened, that's not unsling. Sling arms is to loosen the sling. This is unsling. It's to bring the rifle to order. So really, really interesting. So creating the beat, then everybody gets involved. Coming in with the sling arms, I appreciate it. Now, why did they tighten the slings? The team is all together. Love the double-handed catch there. Not every... we have a team with several females in it, and not every single female cadet is able to grab and control that weapon with one hand there. So we have... Oh, okay. So now I have to explain this. So the setting is that you have a performance going on. This is like, Matt Wendling is the designer, and his wife, and I forget her name. And I know this is from their channel, and I should have read it. I apologize. Anyway, so Matt and I have drum and bugle corps experience. So Matt is used to, which is exactly what this is, a performance. The performance portion of the show, something to watch other than equipment placement or equipment pickup from let's say a marching band or drum corps color guard. This is kind of not necessarily hiding, but it is in an effect hiding the stack arms that's going on here. So that's why the unarmed members went to tighten slings and then now stack arms. I think the transition could have happened a little bit better here. So right there's not much to we have a spacing and alignment issue coming in. I appreciate this very much. I think right here, as soon as the catch happened, that everybody could have come together instead of the ripple and then the grab of the rifle and joining. Although I do appreciate this very much. I think it really should have happened a lot quicker, and I'm going to go back because I like doing that. So you can see stack arms happening here, and the performance happening at the forefront, at the front of the stage here. Slight timing issue on the spin, and here we have the hybrid portion of a true hybrid portion of the performance. So give the audience a bit of time to react. That's great. Love the kind of an A-B, but really it's ripple movement, rifle handoffs even. The development here is really quite long. The switching of places just isn't as effective as it could have been. So I'm going to go back yet again. So here we've got really effective, interesting work here. We have performance and then none. So we've and the marking time here is just not creating any visual effect to keep the audience. Now, what would have been interesting is to I'm looking all around. I missed something, so I gotta watch again. Nice change off in the center there. That was great. Good. And I appreciate the idea of the rifle handoffs. That was great. Give a slight pause after that effect to give the audience time to relax or to react. That's great. So let's go back here. Let's go back to here. Honestly, right there. I think you could have used the stack arms pyramids there as a campfire type of the team gathers around. Just it's the first thing that popped into my head. Instead of moving past them, use them. And yeah, the change up here, it just really is it's a little confusing. It doesn't flow very well. The mark time there is a nice toss. That was great. With an exchange too, that was great. And so instead of the handoff, which was also a bit awkward, right here, instead of that handoff with him going over so far, I really think that let's see, what was she doing before that? So okay, so as soon as she went to order with the other team members, and I know this is at the back, so it could be a little hidden since you have 4 blocks of 4. So I really think her stepping out more and tossing. So you grab the rifle at the balance and you really heave it forward, and that, instead of throwing it like this, which it creates top heavy, it doesn't create momentum for the whole rifle. So creating the whole momentum for the whole rifle to push the rifle, keeping it vertical, I think that would have been great, rather than him having to go all the way over to get the rifle just to return. It would have been better to take a turn around and then, so I'm out of camera, so turn around, grab, and then come back. There's something there that it's just a too long of a transition, and it's also a little awkward there. I appreciate the OTHs. That was nice. So this is a setup to perform, and I understand setting up. Definitely, you want to have some kind of this is probably going to be a big impact type of move for the whole team, and I love the size of the team. The size is just it's almost visually overwhelming, which is a really good thing. I think that's a big plus there. However, all of this transition here, the team really isn't performing to the positions, and again, marking time, just like earlier. So a little difficult to see. I don't think the staging was all that great for this performance or for this sequence. So I get it, having portions move off and a kind of an L off of a right angle off of the main block, and then recreating the block as the team member after team member after team member starts marching backwards, and then everybody falling in. I like that ripple effect. It really works well. I really think it should have been closer. The staging here it's hidden. It's so far back from the audience that you really can't tell what's going on until you're finished right here. So it's not as well staged as it could have been. And then the rifle work is really nothing. And again, still now here we have some rifle work that's great. And not that you have to have rifle work all the time, not that you can't mark time at some point, but there has to be a balance, and in some cases there just doesn't seem to be as good a balance as it could be. nicely done there. Nice slow turn with the set against the fast movement of the unarmed members. Again, well done. That was really nice. And this, okay, so let me talk about staging again just for a moment. So over here, when the team was over to their right, the audience left, it was as far away from the audience as you could possibly be, and yet it was an intricate move. All right, and so it was visually hidden until the very end, and you're going, oh wow, okay, oh, that was cool, but I didn't get to see the development of it. Here, with the team being spread out and set back so far from the audience, that's fine, because since they're spread out, the audience is able to see what's going on. The team has members offset so that everything is much clearer here. Now, this is totally different from earlier. Performing into the next setup. Oh, and so maybe you are taking that idea that I had earlier of, yeah, oh, okay, I see. All right, so gathering the weapons here. So then, really, I think you really should have used the two stacks. Now that the unarmed members went to stack arms, and now they're taking away from both of the stacks. Honestly, I think you should have used them earlier, instead of just having them there to facilitate having the teams unarmed, or some of the team members unarmed. And I get that, I completely do, but I think really using the two stacks would have been better. I love the ability of the team members to go in and come out, and then you've got the tosses overhead. Really well done. Nicely performed there. A great execution. Yes! So, Commander, instead, I really here earlier when you were reporting in, remember you didn't have hips and shoulders facing the judge. You had your hips and shoulders aligned with the rest of the team facing forward, and you reported in with just your head. I really think you need to do that again here, because again, you're integrated with the form. You're at the front. Everything's fine with that, but now you're different. Now you're different from the other members who are at that version of order. And so honestly, I'm wondering. I suggest further integration. So the commander is saluting and then holding the rifle with the left. I really think the rifle should have been brought across. Just like, when you kneel, you can you can bring the rifle across like this, and it's across that across the upper thigh of the left leg there, and you can do whatever you want. Here, though, I appreciate the order stance that you have, rifle forward, left foot forward, with the other team members who are similar to the commander. However, with her facing the commander, just kind of it's incongruent with the rest of the team. It doesn't really work well, and rather than a left-handed salute, so many people are just they're set in their mind that a left-handed salute is either disrespectful or something else. I don't know, and people have a hard time accepting that left-handed salute. So stick with the right hand, but I think all of the ones who are in that stance really need to have left foot forward, take the rifle, pull it over, and then only the commander is saluting, but turn the head towards the judge. I think that would be much better. And so let's see. And I also think there should be a change here with the you can see a hip and shoulder disagreement right here with this young lady. Perfect stance here, but honestly, I think it instead of, so the order, let's call this the order stance right here. The order stance, perfect. That's great. However, I think switching, pulling it over, I think that would be better. And then you have everybody just standing like that, so that their left foot is forward, the rifle is in front and then angled over. But for the right, we'll call this the right shoulder. I'm just calling it the right shoulder stance. So those who are at the right shoulder stance, they could then, instead of just putting the left foot forward, I really think what they could do is push off with the right heel and step forward, so that their center of balance is over their left foot, and they're saluting or they're saluting at right shoulder, but they have a much more forward stance, a much more powerful stance. The order stance is powerful just because of the rifle being in front, the left foot being forward. This isn't as powerful as this, interestingly enough. But I think if everyone were to not lean forward, but to come forward and have their center of balance, their torso and their left leg completely straight, right over the left foot, I think that would be much more forceful. So for her, she kicked her left hip forward to bring the left foot forward, and you can see right foot angled, which isn't and here right foot is angled as well, but his aren't, and that is a much better, much cleaner line as you look at it from the front. So and here as well, much cleaner line. A couple others looks like a little bit of an angle. Here it looks like straight, so cleaner line there. I think that's what you really should shoot for, is that cleaner line. All right, so I belabored that point to death. Oh, and even oh yes, so all right, so come down to the order stance with the right hand. All right, the rifle's in the right hand, and the commander pops the head over and says, "Sir," or "Ma'am," whatever that word is going to be, and then all of the order stance toss the rifle over to the right, pop that right hand down, but commander goes to the salute. Then, "Thank you, sir." Pop straight back into that order stance, and then continue on. I think that would be really, really good. Little bit of nice. That works well. I gotta watch that again. That was really good. So going to Titans, or no, not Titan, going to sling arms, then slight anticipation by that young man there, but that's okay. It happens. Just got to rely on your training. Excellent. I appreciate that rifle butt in the chest there, and then collapsing the form as you come out into a column of twos. It looks like, yeah, I think so. Right up the stairs. Oh, that's awesome. And you keep going. That's great. I like that a lot. Oh boy, was that good. Now, it's my understanding that some in the military drill world are just not getting this, and that's okay. I'm quite sure that when exhibition drill first started, we had the weird comments and the people scratching their heads, and eventually it became better accepted throughout each of the services, and then cadets got into it and just took off with it. College cadets in the 50s, soon as World War II, late 40s, early 50s, soon as World War II ended, and then the vets came over and started teaching everywhere, really, not only drum and bugle corps, but military drill. That's when all of this took off. And so to have developments, this is many, many years later, but having developments like this come forward, this is great stuff. It really is, and well done, Matt, and to your wife as well, the instructors, the team, fantastic work. Really was fantastic. A couple of programming issues there, but honestly, that was really quite a fantastic performance, and I appreciate the opportunity to critique it. So I hope my words are helpful. Thanks.